Hey guys, welcome to Whitney's watch list. Today I am reviewing The Irishman. Before I get into this, I am not going to get a lot of likes on this, and that's totally fine. My channel is about my opinion and my thoughts about movies, and I'm sticking to that. I'm not going to adjust my thoughts and my views and my opinions for the sake of popular opinion, for the sake of being well liked and all of that, because that's not why I do this. With that said, y'all really did come for me hard on my Harriet review, and you know what? I still feel how I feel, so I'm not changing my opinion about that. I'm not even gonna repeat some of the comments that I've gotten. And I don't delete the bad comments because I want to show that I'm above that and I don't need to respond to people who feel that they're so big and bad to comment negatively on my content. Like, I don't know what's going on in your life that you feel like you need to curse somebody out on social media, but I'm just praying for you, okay? Because that means you need a lot of self-work, honestly. I try to respect these movies as much as possible by giving my opinion, and all I ask is that you do that in return. And remember that I'm a human being. There is a living, human, breathing person behind this camera, and you keep that in mind. So, thank you. With that said, I gotta be honest, guys, I didn't like The Irishman. I didn't like it. So, let's get into it. The Irishman. It was directed by Martin Scorsese, starring, as we know, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and Ray Romano. It was based on a book by Charles Brandt titled I Heard You Paint Houses. I have not read the book, probably won't, but just so y'all know. Okay. I did not read the book, but I probably won't. It's just more of an FYI for you. This movie is based on a book. I think it's important for me to say that I went into this film wanting to like it. I went into this film thoroughly expecting to come out feeling like, damn, that was amazing. I wanted to feel the same things when I finished watching Goodfellas, when I finished watching Casino, when I finished watching like all of those great movies you remember loving by Martin Scorsese. And I just didn't get that in this film. Okay, so the first thing I'll get into is the CGI, because that cannot be ignored. In certain moments, it was really good. In most other moments, it was not very good.
Did you see that?
I think that CGI is cool because it's like, it's cool that we even get to try to de-age actors and really kind of do this new technique that we weren't able to do before. However, I just feel that when you have actors that are all in their late 70s, pause, let me tell y'all how old everybody is. Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci are all 76. Al Pacino is 79. So let's take that in for a second. So it's not like you're trying to fool anybody that these men are older. So when you try to put CGI on top of somebody who's already pretty old, you can't change their physical stature. They still gonna hunch a little bit, still gonna have some old facial situations going on, and yet that just can't be helped, okay? And so I had a really hard time taking myself out of that. I couldn't get past watching Robert De Niro knowing he's 76. And then it was very unclear as to how old he was in the first part of the movie, because I mean, I was guessing he was around late 40s, 50s, early 50s maybe, by the lifespan of all of these things, but it was very unclear. It was very unclear of how old he was when he started his relationship with the mob. So because I couldn't separate his actual age from the CGI, made it really difficult for me to become invested in the early storyline. And for that reason, I really feel like I really miss younger actors having the opportunity to play an actor's younger self, because that's what happened to Goodfellas, right? You know, Jimmy's character, when we were focusing on his younger portion of his story, they got a younger actor that kind of looked like him, and it worked. It's been done in many, many, many films. You get a younger actor that kind of looks like the older version of somebody else, and you buy into the story, right? So I kind of feel like opportunity was lost for a younger actor to kind of come in and really kind of give it their flair and give it their spin on the older character's life. That's my little tidbit as an actor. Like, I just feel like there could have been more work for someone else in an industry that already feels like it's really difficult to get work. It would have just been nice to give more work to someone who really could have gotten like a fresh start in a Martin Scorsese film. I feel like that opportunity was lost. There were so many things I didn't understand about like why certain decisions were made, because Robert De Niro's character, Frank something, hold on, we're gonna get it. Robert De Niro's character, Frank Sheeran, right, is retelling this entire story from his perspective. He is the one narrating this film in his current old age. And I never understood, and help me figure this out, y'all. If I missed it, y'all let me know if I missed it, because I didn't understand who he was talking to or why. Is this like his confessional? Is this him just wanting to get it all out, you know, before he dies? I don't know. I had a really hard time understanding why we should care. Yeah, I had a hard time understanding why we should care. The main two Martin Scorsese films that I can compare to that I know I've seen are Goodfellas and Casino. So I think it was really well done in Goodfellas, where Jimmy's character Ray Liotta is narrating the entire story, right? But then it ends with him kind of like, this is my life now, and you know, this is just what it is. And like, you kind of, it's a little open-ended, like, oh, well, you know, that's his situation. But we know in Irishman, he dies, obviously, but everyone is out of his life. So it's like, who is he talking to? Who is this? So that kind of bothered me. Moving on. I understand that Robert De Niro is part Irish. Robert De Niro is Italian and Irish and some other stuff. You can Google it. It's online for you. I just didn't buy him as Irishman. I didn't. Like, Robert De Niro is so Italian. It's like, come on. And so they put blue contacts on him to make him look Irish, and it did not help. It was just awkward. I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we putting blue contacts on Robert De Niro, who already look Italian and who's already mad old? Like, come on. I would have liked to see an actor that had more distinct Irish features, but clearly this wasn't about that. This was about Martin Scorsese wanting to get the gang back together. So because Robert De Niro was a little Irish, he gets to be the Irishman. That's just how it went. And I think that kind of sucks, but whatever. All right, so moving on from age, moving on from that, we're done with all those topics. The scenes were so long. So long. And y'all know I love long movies. Y'all know I love the movie theater so much. I could be there all day if I wanted to. If the movie's entertaining enough. It wasn't about the film being long. It was that it was just dragging. The scenes were just dragging. And like, in certain moments you could tell that they were improvising and they were kind of spitballing, and you could tell that it was just kept because the moment was great, but it didn't really help push the story along, in my personal opinion. Some of the scenes were really great scenes. You've got all of these great actors doing this great work, but I had a really hard time connecting the dots. I was just like, at some point I was like, where are we going with this? Is there some resolution? Is there some retribution? What is happening? I was just getting really uncomfortable in my seat. I was getting tired. I was getting hungry. All of the things. So because the scenes were very long, this whole entire movie felt like a collection of scenes that they've been wanting to do for a really long time. Like, it just felt like the bros got together and were like, let's run lines. Let's like figure this out. Let's see where this could go. And they just put it all together in a movie and we're like, yep, that's it. That's gonna be The Irishman. And it's just like, really? I sat through 3.5 hours for that? This was clearly a passion project. This was clearly a passion project for Martin Scorsese. And it's been something I guess he's been wanting to do for a few years, and finally just kind of gotten the talent that he wanted and just put it all together. And Netflix wanted to do it. So I read through a few comments on Rotten Tomatoes, and a few critics agreed that like it can feel like it's dragging at the time, but most of them really liked the film. And I did find one audience review that felt the exact same way as I did, which was, this felt like a collection of scenes. This felt like a collection of great scenes with great actors, but it really didn't have a great story. I mean, at no point did I actually care about the Irishman. I really didn't. I didn't care about what was going to happen to him or what was going on with his family. I missed that connection. The one thing I really enjoyed out of the entire film was Joe Pesci's just calm demeanor throughout the entire film. And that's just because we've seen Joe Pesci in these crazy characters. We've seen Joe Pesci play this psychotic killer in Goodfellas, right? But we've also seen him play this like hysterical, you know, thief in Home Alone. Like, we've always seen him play these crazy roles. But to see him play just somebody so even-tempered, just so calm, was very refreshing. And it was very nice. So you had him doing this like great work, and Robert De Niro was like pretty much a yes man, which was also really interesting too. He was just kind of trying to keep the peace between all these Italians for the sake of the story. And then you have Al Pacino being very Al Pacino and being like rah rah rah, and he was so crazy that you needed Joe Pesci's character to be very, and I really enjoyed it. I think that was my favorite part of the entire movie, just watching him work. That was my favorite. Just watching Joe Pesci work was my favorite part of the movie. If I can sum this up, if I can sum up my review, I would say I think the actors are still incredible. In no way do I think that these great actors are washed up or it's past their prime. I don't feel that at all. I just feel that there could have been more room for younger actors to play their younger selves. And I think that it could have been edited better. I don't think we needed 3.5 hours of that at all. And my opinion is that this is a no FOMO. I'm sorry, I feel like it's a no FOMO. I feel like when it comes to Netflix on November 27th, y'all can do a lot of other things in those 3.5 hours. I personally feel that a lot of other Martin Scorsese films are so much better than this. So much better. So if you watch it, let me know what you think. Let me know if you actually thought it was really good. Let me know if you think it was not the best way to spend 3.5 hours. Or, you know, if you thought the CGI was great. So those are my thoughts. I'm probably gonna get attacked, but it's fine. I just want y'all to know, if you were dying to see it and were curious about it, you could go on through like not watching it and be okay.
Check out this video, that video, or go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.